Good afternoon, everybody, uh, or good morning, or good evening, or whatever time it is where you are in the world. I have been thinking about how to organize my floss for a very long time now. I've been a bit back and forth, and finally I thought, I have made up my mind, and I thought I'd just talk a little bit about it. Maybe it will be helpful to you, or maybe just, sometimes it's just fun to hear how other people think about their stitching and all the stuff that goes with it. I really don't have anybody like close around me who also are interested in stitching. So I get all my inspiration, all my tips and advice from FlossTube, from YouTube. So I thought, just make a little video, and like I said, maybe it'll helpful to you, or maybe it's not, and that's fine. Even if it's just to confirm to you that, oh no, I don't agree at all. I mean, that is helpful too, in a way, because it sort of makes it easier to disregard some alternatives, because it's clearer to you maybe what you want or what you don't want. So I think it's also has been a bit of a journey, and it is a journey for most of us, because it is hard to decide what to do, because on the one side you have like the monetary issue, like the budget, what you can afford to spend. It is also a little bit about space, how much room do you have, and then what it comes down to, I guess, is just what can you live with. What really is like an ick thing for you when you stitch, and what sort of tickles your fancy, I guess. And after a lot of consideration, I think, I have to make up my mind, because I do feel that something needed to be done. So as you can see, I have bobbins. These are plastic bobbins, and these are like paper or cardstock or bobbins. And I think most of us have experience with bobbins, and the great advantage with bobbins is how neatly you can fit everything into handy little boxes, and it is so tidy, and yeah, it's super handy. And when it comes to like space, they don't take up a lot of space. Even a full set of DMC floss on the bobbins, it's amazing. Now, the reason why I don't like it is the winding and the rewinding and the shorter floss. Like, I don't throw away a lot of floss. I don't like to waste floss. So it's been a bit of a hassle to then wind back the shorter floss, or to hang them from it's because if you have everything wound up on the bobbin and then you just hang, because these have a little hole, you're supposed to be able to hang them on a floss ring. But you can also, like I did, you can also use them to hang like spare threads. But then in the box, it's gonna get super messy, and the hanging threads are gonna get stuck in these little slits that they have for you to fasten your threads once you wind them up on the bobbin. So that's, for me, that's like a no-go. I really don't like it, the winding and the rewinding, because like on these floss cards, what you do is you wind and you rewind, and I know that I mean, I can handle it in a kit. This is from my squirrels kit from Riolis. But it does sort of irk me a bit. It's, I mean, this I haven't been doing so much, but as you can see, all these are, like on this, for instance, I had to wind the leftover thread back on here, and it's gonna come loose and it's gonna tangle. So the ideal for this is, well, it's a kit and it's a small project, so I'm probably not going to do anything about this one. And then you have, like on the larger projects, like these are Mareka, yeah. And this situation here, which is a bit annoying. It's this is a solution that I'm just trying for this, but it's because when you have the loose threads hanging like this, when you go to unwind some threads, then these are just gonna get, see, tangled. But I've tried to like wind them also back up, and there's a little slit here that you can then fasten your thread, but that is also, it's a little bit annoying to me, because you can't really see the length of the thread, and so you have to unwind the whole thing, and then you see, oh no, it's too short or it's too long, so I want to cut another piece, right? And this situation is it's not sustainable. I can't with this. It's super messy, so I'm gonna have to do something about this. I think actually also that because I used to be more of a monogamous stitcher, and then I sort of worked it out project by project. Now when I have multiple whips, this is more of a nuisance to me anyways, I'd say. So we'll see what I'll do with this. I might go over to one system that I actually kind of like, and I can show you on this kit. This is kitty litter from Dimensions, because also now I removed all the thread, but you know these, you have the threads hanging and then you yank one strand at a time to get them loose. And this is also kind of a hassle when you have all the long threads, and then what do you do with the shorter threads that you don't want to throw away? I got really sick and tired of it, so I did this. I transferred everything to one of these plastic cards that I actually really like. The only annoying thing is writing all the numbers again, and yeah, they do get a little bit tangled, and I also did a few on the floss string. So this is actually the thing that started it all, because I'm thinking, or I started to think to myself, well, because these, when they are hanging on the floss string, it's easier to keep tidy than this, for some reason. But this always gets tangled, and I have, let me show you from my bigger project, a stitch in time. Yeah, see this? It's messy. There's a lot of floss on here, and yeah, it does get a little bit messy with all the shorter strands that I do hang on here. On this I wrote both the symbol and the number. On this only the color number, but as you see, they do get a little bit tangled, which you have to then spend some time, a little bit now and then, to just detangle, which is not a big deal, but it gets a little bit frustrating at times. So then one might think that, maybe bobbins is better anyways. But then again, the winding, the rewinding, this I prefer. Because like I said, when you have them hanging like this, it is so much easier to keep them nice and tidy. Because I think one of the problem is that when you have them all on a card, you sort of just have to try to separate them like this and then pull a strand out. Whereas when you have them on a ring like this, you can just find your number, you flip it, and then you have the strand like that, which makes it so much easier to keep it neat and all that. So this is actually what started the whole thing. So I thought that I just had to decide, maybe floss drops is going to be my thing. Because bobbins, no, even though I really like how neat and organized it is, it's just when stitching, the winding, the rewinding, it's, yeah, it sort of irks me a little bit. This is beginning to become just too messy. This also gives me more options, I think. So I have been looking, of course, not just lately, but all the time, looking for, or looking on Etsy, on Amazon, and stuff like that, on different types of floss drops. These are from a little company called Quilting with Nico, and I really like her floss drops. They're really affordable. The only thing is that they're a little bit thin, so I'm probably gonna have to change these because they're not gonna hold up for long. And then, you know, price-wise, how much money do you want to spend on this, really? I don't know. So I tried to do the math, and to be honest, I didn't do like a whole scientific research. I just went on Etsy, I looked up the things that I like and that I know that I would probably buy if I had the money, and I mean, there are so many options out there, right? But I had to go with, well, with these, for instance, the cheaper versions that I would really, I don't mind these at all. The only reason is that I'm not gonna continue buying them is because they are a little bit too thin. These are gonna rip kind of fast, I think. And so I started to look on more like thicker material, cardstock and stuff like that, and the acrylic one and the 3D printed ones also. And there's quite a range in prices, and hang on, oops. And this is not like 100% fair estimate, okay, just so you know, but for my own purposes, these are the numbers that I arrived at, because I knew that, for instance, these, I have actually started to build a master set sort of the Gold Dimensions kit. So this is just, these floss, these are just for the one kit, but I have, oops, in a box right here, let me show you, I have started, is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. I have started to build up a little bit more of a master set. So eventually I'm gonna transfer these into these, and these are all just Dimensions Gold collection floss. I have like 3 other projects, so hence the floss. The good thing also about having floss drops is that if I have a color number and then the batch number, if they are too different, I can just make another floss card and then write on it saying, okay, this is the number and this is the batch number and this is the project. So then I have two of this number, color number, right? I mean, you can do that with bobbins too, of course, but to me, this is a really easy way of just being able to be flexible with the system, to add floss tags and remove them whenever you want to without having to reorganize the whole thing. Because I was tempted for a while, the Pip and Chip, I think that's the name. They have these whole bobbin systems and the bobbin floss tags, drops, or whatever to call them, system too. And I know that they have like sorting stuff, and they have this where you can place the bobbins in order, and all of that look very impressive. I just wonder what they do with the extra floss, and what to do with the extra, like, again, if there's a slight or maybe a huge difference between the batches, what do you do then with the bobbins and the system? Then you're going to have an extra, whatever. I just decided not to go down that road. So, I don't know. What was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. Sorry, guys. I am confusing myself. Anyways, so as I started to build up my master set with a Gold Dimensions kit, it sort of confirmed to me, anyways, that this is a very flexible system for my brain and for my way of thinking. So I'm gonna go with this, but I'm gonna have to buy new ones, because these ones, if they are gonna hold for a master set, now I do double them up, but it's a little bit annoying, because these are handmade. Someone actually sat down and punched the holes and did everything, so I really appreciate that. But sometimes they don't line up exactly, so yeah, it's a bit tricky to go double. But as you can see here, what I do is I just put the whole strand, and then I have the extra floss, just like this, the spare ones, and I can see, you know, how long they are, how short they are, and which one to choose. This is a short one, right? So if I need just for 1 or 2 stitches, I want to choose this one. These have a little more stitches in them, and then you have like the whole length, of course. So yeah, so floss straps is what I like, and I'm gonna move. I think I'm gonna use these cards instead for like the Mareka kits, because then I will be able to transfer all of these onto the cards, and then I don't have to renumber every time for every new project. I can just name these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. So because now I always sort of feel like I want to rewrite the numbers, because not all of these numbers are going to be included in the next kit and stuff like that. I think that will be a better system for me. So once I like I said, once I decided that, and oh yeah, we were talking about price. Sorry, guys. I did look up then for me when I decided, okay, floss straps, that's for me, not bobbins, unfortunately. I was looking at these clear acrylic floss straps that I really, really liked, and they look so fancy and also durable, of course. And they are not within my budget. Because I do want, like I said, a master set for the Dimensions Gold collection, but I also want a master set for my CXC. I also want to start building up. I do have some DMCs in some of my kits, but I can't afford a master set like that with a DMC because far too expensive. I wish I could, but I can't. So then when you start counting, then that's a lot of floss drops, right? So I'm gonna need at least 447 of the floss drops for the CXC, and then start building up the DMC, and then for the Dimensions Gold. So I was looking, and when it comes to the acrylic thread drops or floss drops, there's definitely opportunities to get a really good deal the more you order. But just going out of the top of my head and just looking at these ones that I wanted for 400 floss drops, acrylic floss drops, I would have to pay about 400 American dollars. So US dollars, about 400 and more. Now there are cheaper ones like 3D printed floss drops that are much cheaper, and I think that you can come down to like $200 for 400, and even below that, like let's say between $100 and $200 for 3D printed ones. Now, for the 3D printed ones, I don't have a really good experience with those, because with the filaments and all that, when you use them a lot, the filaments can start coming loose, and it's not a good match with thread. It will snag eventually. Anyways, so I did not want to go down that road, and the acrylic drops were too expensive for me. So I started to look at the paper or cardstock ones, and like I said, this quilting with Nico, they are very affordable. And if you would buy, and I think that she would definitely, because when I ordered these, I ordered several from her. She threw in a lot of freebies and stuff like that. She's super, super good seller on Etsy. But if I would order, say, like 400 of these, they would cost me about 60 to 65 US dollars for 400 of these, and that's a pretty good price, I think. But again, if to be used for a master set, I do want floss cards with a little bit more substance. They have to be a little bit thicker. And I found other floss drops that met that requirement, but then you're up to $200, $300 for 400. Now I know that 400 sounds a lot, but like I said, if I want, I already almost have like a master set of CXC. I want to switch all of these over to the thicker floss drops, cardstock, cardboard, whatever material. So then we are at least up to 500, maybe 550. And then the DMC, well, that will be another, you see what I mean? So I'm trying to think long term, what can I handle financially, and also being able to be flexible and to have multiple floss tags for maybe the same color if the batches are too different, right? So I decided, and I took the plunge, so to say, and I just bought a lot of stuff. Now, I decided to, I think that I need to make my own floss drops. Why? Well, because like in the long run, if I'm looking at up to like 1,000 floss drops and what they would cost, then it would definitely benefit me to make my own. It does take a little bit of money to invest in because you need stuff to start making them, right? And I did the math. I thought about it for a little while, and here we are. So I thought I'd just show you a little bit about what I bought so you get an idea of how much money I spent and what it will cost me moving forward making these. So I'm just gonna tidy all of this away and see you soon. So here we are, I'm back, and this is not really meant to be like a haul of look at all the things that I bought. This is just meant to show you what I needed to spend to sort of start making my own floss drops, and it's a little bit of a bigger investment, but I know that going forward it's gonna be really affordable for me in the long run. So yeah, and this is why it has taken me a little bit of time to decide what to do, because hopefully I will still like the floss drop system in like 5 or 10 years, I hope. Otherwise this is gonna go to waste, and I really hope not. But like I said, I've given myself quite some time, like more than a year, to really explore, try stuff out, and look at videos on YouTube and just see what other people do and how other people think. And then, yeah, this is where I'm at. So full disclosure, now the money that I'm talking about is like an estimate, because as you know, I bought all of this on Amazon and the prices fluctuate quite a bit. Also, with the exchange rates, it's kind of doesn't really make sense to me, but I'm gonna just refer to the US dollars, because I think most of us know how our own currency is in regard to the US dollars, and it's easy to look up. So we just have a common sort of reference point. So all of this, and I will show you in more detail, all of this cost me $216 US. Almost. It's a little bit less, but more than 215, almost 216 US. Now, what are these things? And wow, that's a lot of money. Yeah, it's a lot of money. I'm gonna be able to make at least 400 floss tags with this, and probably more. So why is that? Well, there are some stuff here that I really wanted to spend a little bit more time on, and they are not here. It's these are scissors, and this is, I think it's a Finnish brand, and I grew up with these are good scissors. Premium materials, tested by hand manufacturer. Yeah, these are really good, and they cost a little bit of money, but I wanted a good pair of scissors and a smaller pair of scissors, and I think that the scissors alone cost, I think that the bigger one costs like $20 and the smaller one $15. So yeah, I know these are high quality, so I know that they're gonna last. I'm not gonna have to buy these scissors again, so this is a one-time investment. So I have those because I need to be able to cut out around the labels and stuff when making the floss tags. So, and the scissors that I do have at home, I have scissors for the embroidery. I don't want to use them to cut paper with, and my paper one is cheap one, and it's really, really dull, and it's not making great edges right now. So I knew I needed to buy new scissors, and I wanted them to last for quite a long time. So these 2 scissors I bought. Then I bought labels, because on the gift labels, or the labels that are going to be craft labels that are going to be made into floss tags, I could write on them, but I also wanted some stickers or sticker labels, so that I could just, if I make a mistake or if I want to switch things up, I have labels. Be sure that you sort of search a lot. These are over 3,000 labels for like what? Hang on. No, not these. Yes, for like $10 or $15. So these are over 3,000. I think it's 3,300 labels. So again, these are gonna last me for a long time, and for all my floss drops if I need them, for both the DMCs, the CXCs, the Dimensions Gold, and maybe if I want to start collecting other threads too, then I will be set for life pretty much with this kit. So there's that. And what else do you need? Well, you need these. There are actually 200 labels in one of these, so I bought 2. So I have 400 labels here. These strings I'm not going to use for the floss tags, but I will be able to use them for other gifts and for Christmas and stuff like that, so they are not going to go to waste. These cost only like $9 each, so for 200 of these, $9, right? So when going forward, I have these. I have bought a lot of scrapbook paper and stuff. I have bought rings. I only gonna have to pay like $9 more to get 200 more, and then $9 to get, so yeah, these are actually a really good price, and I'm really happy that I found those. I also like the size. I don't know if it says the size, because they're not too small if you compare it to like these floss tags. So they're a little bit bigger, but not too big. So I like that about them. Have a little bit more space to them. And I wanted to buy some more rings, different sizes. So if I want to, I can have just the few. For like the smaller projects, I have bigger ones. And this actually came with a single hole puncher. It is not really good quality, but it's okay, $10 for 61 bookbinder rings and a puncher. I think that's a fairly good price. And again, I'm not gonna have to be buying more of these anytime soon, because one of these rings, especially the bigger ones, can hold quite a lot of floss drops. So I'm happy about that. I then bought key rings. I actually just used one of them. Now these are just for show. I don't need these. I spent like $3 on, how many? Does it say? It's not that many, but it's not that few, maybe 20. I've used a couple here. So $3 to $4 for these. And these, hang on, let me show you. And this is just because if you want to, on the master set, if you want to mark the beginning of the set, and you want to use one of like, what do you call it? Ring floss holder, floss fob, is that it? Yeah. If you're gonna hang it on the ring like that, it's gonna be super annoying. So you need a key ring, and then it will lay flat, and then you can just flip like this, and it won't disturb you, but then you will always find your way back to the beginning, like that. So I bought a few of key rings. Yeah. I also needed hole punchers because I don't have those at all. I'm not a scrapbooker, so I don't have anything like that. So I found this set of 3. I have no idea about the measurements. I just thought these look great. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I think that these are gonna work out. That might be too big, but you know, I'm gonna have to actually know. Cool. I paid for these $12.75 for 3. So I like that. And then I saw that you can always, you know, buy like the one in whatever size you want for not that much money, but this I think will get me started at least. So I like that. Now I plan to glue some fancy paper onto these. Maybe, not maybe on all of them, but so I did buy some glue sticks. And these are, I mean, super cheap. So I just bought the multi-pack for 4 of them for like $7, I think. So I'm happy about that. Now, when I bought, I did want to try stickers. So I bought 2 packs of stickers. And I mean, you can get a lot of stickers for not a lot of money. And with different theme. So like I said, I mean, these I'm gonna be able to make so many floss tags with these stickers only. And then I also bought a few scrapbooking stuff. I will put this to the side. So I bought like the real fancy ones. These are multi-packs with different types of paper and different types of, you see, florals and from books. These are from Stamperia. It's double-sided, so I can do both sides, and yeah, it's kind of cute. And then I bought a couple of big ones too that I really like, and forest one. So, and these are, I would say, a little bit pricey, especially the bigger ones, but you can get a lot of tags out of this, I think. So I'm not gonna be buying any more scrap paper anytime soon. Will they last for 400? Well, I think they will. All of these will. So I'm not gonna have to buy more stickers and stuff, because I was thinking some of the stickers you can just cut in half also and make like inserts and stuff around the hole for the floss to hang from. Anyways, it's gonna be fun to play around with. The stickers, I mean, one cost like $8 for like 200, and one cost, I think this one cost $10 for, there's about 500 stickers in one of these, and there's about 200 stickers in one of these. And if you think that you cut them both in half, you have double the amount. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm on a good way. So one time, oh, and then I bought these are floss bags. Now, these aren't the traditional floss bags, and let me show you. They are a little bit awkwardly packed and delivered, but I don't mind. I like they are a little bit thicker in plastic, and I know that I will be able to store the skeins in here. So once I have my CXCs, I can just put the skein, because what I hate about floss away bags is that you have to fold the skeins, which I really don't like. Whereas, hang on, whereas in these, I will be able to fit the whole skein in. So this is a good way to store the skeins. I will just put these in a box. I will label them also with all my label stickers. I mean, once I take the last skein out of this bag, I just put it to the side and know what number to order. So yes, so this was a little bit of an investment too, because I bought it's like 1,000 of these, because that was the cheapest way to buy the box of 1,000. I think $21 about for 1,000 of these bags. So I'm ready for the CXC, which like I said, I already almost have the full set, I think. I'm not gonna rush with this. I'm just gonna go project by project. I think when I feel like it, and I feel like I have the time, I will slowly transfer from the floss cards with multiple holes in them, and the maracas. Yeah, I'm gonna switch it out as I go. I'm not gonna rush it. And like I said, I have invested a lot of money, but going further, or going forward, more correctly, I think, going forward, like I'm not gonna have to buy more scrapbook paper for a while or more stickers. The glue is gonna hold for, I mean, there's 4 of them, so they're gonna last me. These scissors, good quality, they're gonna last me. I have 61 of the bookbinder rings. I have like 20 key chains. I have 1,000 bags. I have 400 tags or labels. Yeah, and to make another 200, I just have to invest $9 more, another 9 more. And then when it comes to scrapbook paper and labels, stickers, you can always get them cheaper. Sometimes there are sales, and sometimes they just have special offers. So I'm not worried about this costing me so much. I just wanted to have a selection to start with. I could definitely have bought less of those and, you know, spent less. But I thought, let's give myself some options, and then I won't have to worry about that. I have enough of those. So the only thing I'm gonna have to continue investing is this. Yeah. And I also thought that this was a good option because I have both the white and the brown, the non-bleached ones. I like them both in style, and I'm not that bothered with having like the whole master set be identical. I don't mind mixing these in a master set. I know some people might, and that's fine, but I don't. You can find these, of course, just buy the white ones and just buy the brown ones, whatever you like. I don't mind. Also, if I'm gonna cover them, the front of them, then it really doesn't matter. So, but you know, you do you. And yeah, so going forward, I will start building my master set, start making these tags, and yeah, and then preparing all of these bags to for my skeins. So anyways, I know I have been rambling. This is a long video. It's longer than it needed to be, I think. Sorry. I just, you know, these are the things that if you're not a stitcher, you don't really understand. So once you get a chance to talk about it, it's easy to get carried away. So Okay, enough. So like I said, $215, $216 for all of this. But like I said, it's gonna last me for a long time, and I'm gonna have a lot of options. I'm gonna be able to buy like maybe bigger tags like this and try that, and or smaller. Yeah, so I have invested now. So now, yes, Floss organization is gonna be Floss drops, and I'm gonna have to find a way to either hang the rings or whatever to do. Right now I just have a box where I sort of fold them in like this and just keep them on the desk. But I have some hooks and hangers, so I might want to just hang the rings. So that's an option too. That I haven't worked out yet. But that is not my biggest problem. My biggest problem was just how to organize the floss for stitching. Now the storage is going to be a little bit of another issue. Like I said, bobbins are superior, I think, for the storage of floss. But this, and I've seen a lot of floss tubers just have systems where they just hang the floss rings with the floss drops and the floss on them. So that is probably how I'm going to move forward. And yeah, I'm all talked out, and I probably talked a little bit too much. Like I said, I'm sorry. I will start making these, and soon maybe, and I might do that on video if you want, or if I want. We'll see. It will show up anyways sometime in the near future. So that is it for today. I hope this has been helpful or inspirational or just informative. And I wish you good luck with your own floss organization. Thank you so very much for watching. I'm really grateful, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye. Take care.